When you are talking to some people, they will tell you to go to hell and you are looking forward to the journey. Hey fam, how are you doing today? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tobi Achudume. If this is your first time here, you're super welcome. I'm so excited to have you here with me. So here on this channel, we'll talk about topics, tips and tricks that will help us grow fearlessly to the best versions of ourselves. If you're interested in topics like that, please click the subscribe button so you get notified when we have new videos up. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming again. I'm super excited to have you join me today. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also share with your friends and family, and let's keep growing. Today's video, we are going to be looking at what effective communication is and how to be an effective communicator. So I'm not saying this in the aspect of teaching about communication and all of that, but I'm sharing with you how to be the best version of yourself when you're communicating with others. So let's get into today's video. I hope you enjoy it. Get a glass of your favorite drink and let's go. Okay, so before we go into how to be an effective communicator, I'm going to give a few definitions, one of communication and then two of effective communication. So what is communication? It is defined as the act of transferring information from one person, one place, or a group of people to another. So it involves two major factors. It involves a sender and a receiver, and so that is how you know that you are communicating. Somebody is talking and somebody is listening to the information. Somebody is giving information and somebody is receiving the information. So in short, it is the act of sending, sharing and receiving information. Now, an effective communicator or effective communication goes beyond just receiving and giving information, but it goes to understanding the information, understanding the intentions, and understanding the emotions behind the information that is being shared. And this is where we have a lot of miscommunication and a lot of issues amongst ourselves as individuals, as friends, and as family members. We have issues with the emotions that we use to pass our information or the intentions behind the information that we are sharing. So today I'm going to share with you 3 ways to be a great communicator, an effective communicator, and one that somebody is willing and want to share information with. Number 1, be a good listener. So we probably have, I think everybody has this person. You have that one person that makes communication difficult, like it's a chore, and not a chore that you want to do. It's one that you want to run away from. This person, when you're talking to the person is not listening to you. The person is just hell-bent on hearing what this person wants to hear, not what you are saying. So they are hearing you, but they are not listening to you. I hope that makes sense. They can hear the words coming out of your mouth. If you ask them to repeat it, they would repeat it, but they are not listening to what you are saying. So for communication to be effective, you have to listen to understand what is being said. And one way to do this is for you to actually be in the moment of being spoken to. So when somebody is talking to you, you are not on the spot of listening to what the person is saying, or when the person is speaking, trying to come up with the response that you want to give. You're listening to understand what the person is saying and where the person is coming from with the information that the person is giving to you, and then thinking of what to say back. So you're not just, before the person finished making a sentence, you're already giving them a clap back or a comeback, or you already have a response waiting. When you do that, it just says that you have not listened to what they've said, because nobody comes up with a response that quick. So being a good listener means that you are making the person feel heard. Sometimes you're talking to somebody and you just know that this person is not listening to you, not because the person is not looking at you, but you just know that the person is not listening to you because of the response that the person gives, or the actions or inactions that comes with what you are saying. So being a good listener is a great way to be an effective communicator, because you are making the person that is talking to you or you are talking to feel important in the conversation that is happening. And listening does not just stop with listening to what the person is saying. It also means that you're listening to the non-verbal actions that the person is giving. So when you're having a conversation with somebody and the person is not expressing discomfort with their words, but is expressing it with their actions, you're able to see that this person is not comfortable with this conversation. And if it is not a conversation that must be had at that particular time, you can switch it or have the conversation when the person feels more comfortable. Some people are not able to talk in the midst of crowd. They're not able to converse properly when there is a lot of eyes on them. They prefer to talk when it's just you and them talking. So it is in listening carefully that you're able to pick up these things. Now, that is for when you are on the receiving end of information. When you do this, especially when it becomes an habit for you, then other people see, and it's how you are. It is how you treat people that people treat you. So if you start to show this habit when you're conversing with people, they would not automatically but begin to see how you communicate and begin to communicate with you in that way. So they begin to pay attention to what you say and how you say it as well, because they want to be present. If you're present with them when they are conversing with you, they also want to be present when you're conversing with them. The second thing I'm going to share with you is that you should pay attention to how you say your words, how you communicate. So it's not just for you to know that what you want to say is important, but how you say it is also important. It can make or break what you're trying to say. It would make or break your message. So if you're trying to correct somebody and you're correcting them in a demeaning way, you're condemning them, or you're correcting them in a way that they feel condemned, they are not going to want to have any form of relationship or any form of conversation with you, because they would always see you as that person that does not know how to correct, or always makes them feel small. You make them feel irrelevant and you make them feel stupid. It would also be a waste of time for you to have a whole conversation with somebody and they don't understand what you've said, because they do not understand what you're saying. You should not leave a person feeling perplexed at what you have said or confused at what you have said. Communication means that the person understands what you have said, understands where you're coming from. So if you're communicating with somebody, make sure that you're communicating in ways that they would understand. And a way to do this is to understand when you are also great or good enough to communicate with somebody. And when I say that, I'm not saying like you're giving yourself a mark on how you can communicate or all of that, but I'm saying that you should know when you are able to communicate well. For example, I know that when I am angry, I cannot express myself because I would say things that would not make sense. And so because of that, I tend to not say so much when I am angry, because it will just be a mess for me and whoever it is I am talking to. So because I know that, I do not try to pass important information when I am upset or when I am angry, because I know that whoever I am talking to is not going to understand what I am saying. So misunderstanding words or what was said does not stop with what was said, but also how it was said. So if you are talking to somebody and you are talking without thinking of what you want to say, a lot of people do this. You just say things as they come to you. You don't think through them. You don't sieve them through whatever it is that you need to sieve your words through. You just say it, and you're not looking at the effect of what you're saying on the person. That means that you're a bad communicator. Sorry, but not sorry. And like it or not, this does not mean that you're a straight shooter. It does not mean that you say things as they are, or you say what you want to say, or you say what you mean. I forgot exactly how they say that thing, but it's very annoying. It means that you are an insensitive person and you're somebody that does not care about how other people feel. When you want to communicate, either you're communicating that you are right or you are wrong, there is no need for you to communicate it in a way that makes the other person feel stupid or feel like they have just wasted their time talking to you. There are ways to communicate good and terrible things. There are some people that they will tell you, I heard this thing in school. When you are talking to some people, they will tell you to go to hell and you are looking forward to the journey. I'm going to have the right quote on the screen somewhere so that you can see. Actually, I think it was something that came with my course. Like they will tell you to, anyway. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that there are ways to say things, even if you feel like you have the right to say whatever it is that you want to say. You also have the right to check how you are going to say this thing in a way that makes the person understand what you're about to say, not feel terrible for ever having or ever being in contact with you. So there is a phrase that I absolutely love when it comes to communication. It's not what you say, but how you say it. And anytime I'm about to pass a message to people, I actually think about this, because I know that I could be passing a message that is helpful, but how I pass that message tells if the person receives the message or trashes that message. So it is not just what you say, but also how you say it, especially when the words that you are hearing or the words that you are listening to is coming from a mouth of somebody that you love, you care for, or you respect. Those words can either make you or break you, because you value this person and you expect them to talk to you with value. You don't want them to talk to you like you were nothing. And so with that, how you say what you want to say is absolutely very important for you to take note of, because you're either helping somebody or making them feel less of themselves. You don't want to be the person that contributes or adds to somebody's insecurity problems. So in communicating with people, don't just talk because you have freedom of speech, but talk with compassion, talk with respect, with value, talk like you care about the person, like you care about how the person is going to sleep at night, because some people would not sleep well. Some people would be depressed at what you say. Some people would hear what you say and will feel excited about what you have said. And even if what you want to say is wicked and terrible, say it with compassion and say it with style. Say it and let the person be looking forward to the wickedness that you have said. Number 3, be clear with what you are saying. So like I said earlier, I think in point number 2, I know myself to know that when I'm angry, I cannot express anything that will make sense. I will not express anything that is meaningful. And so that will mean that even if I am about to make sense, because my words will be up and down, it's still not going to make sense and you're not going to understand what I'm saying. So it is important for you to be clear in the message that you are passing. So when you're talking to somebody, make sure that you understand what you're saying. Make sure that you're using words that they understand. It's not for you to be talking to a 10-year-old and begin to use grammars that you learned as a person when you got into uni. So when you're speaking, make sure that you're speaking in words that are clear enough to be understood. When you're talking to somebody, the person understands what you are saying and the person can respond based on the understanding that the person has of what you have said. Also, don't beat around the bush. If you are trying to say that your path is not straight, don't say your path is looking zigzag or anything. Be clear in what you're saying. Go straight to the point and say, this is what I'm trying to say and this is what I mean. Say it in a way that the person understands, and you're not giving the person assignment or you're not giving the person a project to go and write to understand what you are trying to say. You're wasting time and you're wasting energy. So if you're communicating with somebody and you're at a point where you feel like whatever it is that you want to say will not make sense, it's simple. You can just express to the person and say, I would want to respond, or I would like to respond to you, but at this point, with this emotion, whatever I say is not going to make sense. You're not going to understand. So give me a few minutes to get myself together and come back. Or you could say that your response at this point will not be understood. So let me come back to you with a response that you would understand. And I'm not saying for this to happen in a case where you are fighting with somebody and you are giving yourself back to back and you're doing, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about communicating with somebody and you need to give a response that makes sense, a response that is necessary for the conversation to move forward. Then you want to make sure that anything that you say makes sense and is actually leading to productivity, is leading to a moving forward and not a confusion. So you saying that as well means that you're not leaving the person hanging and leaving the person to be thinking of what you would have said. You have told the person that you're going to come back with a response, and that is going to be that is something that the person can hold on to and expect your response. Now that response can come as a text, or it can come as a call, or it can come as a VN, but you are coming back with your response that makes sense. So how will you improve your communication? Let me know in the comment section. Share with me what you're going to do to improve your communication. I would love to see them. I have shared with you ways which I have improved my communication, and so let me see yours in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, do not forget to subscribe and share with your friends and family. If you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you're going to enjoy this one where I talk about the 7 types of people that you should surround yourself with. I'm also going to leave it in the description box. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Till next time, bye.